Hello and welcome along to... Stephen, you're testing my patience today. Hello and welcome to another episode of Across the Fourth. I'm your host, Aaron Fraser. I'm joined once again by the terrible two of Logan back and Stephen Kinnamonth. Gents, how are we today? 1 week until News Day.
Yeah, well, I didn't have to go through a News Day today like you, so I'm not as bad, but got one coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, I had to cover a burnt down car on a golf course in Silverknows, so...
How far away
thrilling
is that?
stuff, about 20 minutes. So 20 minutes drive by myself.
By yourself?
Yep. So
Wait, was it just you two on the boat?
me, Aaron, and James McKenzie. So
Yeah,
thrilling.
I had to. I was here doing an interview with Dave from Edinburgh City about the subject of pyrotechnics because our young team are especially prolific at sourcing and setting them off, much to the Edinburgh Leisure's dismay.
You're no longer about the young part, about all about 10-year-old.
Well done, Michael. He's 15.
Did you see, when was it last week that the folk that live near Meadowbank were complaining?
Oh, I may or may not have had a massive argument with them on Twitter after one too many pints.
We've obviously covered pyrotechnics on here as well, and we've give our own thoughts on what the opinions are of how they should be allowed in football, or if not, they should be allowed in football stadiums. But obviously, the summit's today about what's going to be done going forward in terms of punishments or in terms
So by
of
the
allowing
time by the time you hear this podcast, it'll be out there. The result will be
Yep.
known.
And
Yeah.
it'll probably be detrimental.
Oh,
can't
yeah,
imagine
I
it'll be
cannot see
allowing
them.
anything.
I cannot see any sort of positive discussion happening with this whole thing. It's just going to be try to stamp it out, which will in turn make it worse because all they'll do
They'll just
is
want
just
to do more.
smuggle. Exactly. It's like if you're told you can't do something, you want to do it more.
Exactly. But that is what happens all the time with away sports when they try and get stuff in, they try and get other people in. It's literally because you're not allowing them to do it. It'd be so much
Or if
safer.
you're the old
now.
firm, you just bribe the stewards and or the
Yeah.
police.
That's true. Well, to be fair, the chances are the stewards probably support either of the two teams, so I'm sure that would be an easy way to get in as well.
You make a very good point. Right, let's jump into this weekend's action. There's action in the Scottish Cup, there's action in the Premiership, there's action in the Championship. A certain derby's on the horizon for Mr. Back. He doesn't look very impressed at that.
No, fine with it.
What a lie.
Why? No, why are you laughing?
I'm being serious.
I'm actually, for some reason, don't know why, I'm actually quite confident going
You'll
into this
get
one.
beat then. If you're confident you're going to lose.
Wraith Rovers 3, Dunfermline 0.
I think
Levein hat-trick again.
it's just with the lack of options they have defensively at the moment. I think that they've obviously signed a centre-half yesterday. It's November, he's not played since the relegation playoff final against Airdrie in May, I want to say. So, what's his name? Daniel O'Reilly from Hamilton, or he was at Hamilton last year. Signed him on a short-term deal. So, yeah, it would provide more defensive cover for them because they have got a lot of injuries at the back. Ewan Murray obviously suspended as well. As for Dunfermline, I'm surprisingly confident after Saturday's performance. We should have won the game at an absolute canter, but hitting the post 8 times, including the goal, is just
Had to get
crazy.
in.
It's not. I don't think it's something to brag about. We should be scoring most of the chances, apart from the really.
So you're
So
telling
by-
me, so you're
you still
telling
hit
me
it.
that Dunfermline deserved
Right,
to win
what?
that game by like 7 odd goals?
No,
But see, you say
'Cause they
hit
had-
the post 8
no,
times.
but they had good
what
chances
ones,
as
what
well.
ones were hitting the post but it was going wide and it just kind of clipped the post, or like it was going in and it hit the inside of the post?
You seen that 2 of them bounced out and then hit the post.
Well, he never saw it because Stephen doesn't like watching
Stephen
Dunfermline.
watches
yeah.
all the Dunfermline highlights. The midnight goals
I
come out,
don't.
right? Stephen waits on a Saturday night because he's at the Hibs game obviously on a Saturday. He waits.
I wasn't actually. They weren't playing on Saturday.
Oh, usually waits
I
till
don't know where
midnight.
I was. I was in Edinburgh. There you go.
Waits till midnight and he waits
At
for
the
goals
Christmas
to come
market.
in.
I was, yeah.
This
Yeah.
man posted a TikTok about the Christmas markets. Christmas songs a lot
Did you?
in
Yeah.
November.
Oh well, to be fair, it was just photos. Wasn't really.
I don't care, Stephen. You are posting Christmas slideshows in November. See, once it gets to December the 1st, put your tree up. You know, get in
No,
the festive
I wouldn't
spirit.
put my tree up that early.
But But you're the one going to the Christmas markets in
Yeah, but
November.
it's different because
No, it's
I
not.
couldn't put our tree up on the 1st
No,
of
it's
December because
not.
it would be dead by Christmas time.
I've got a real Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Even worse.
Love how we've transitioned from the Fife derby to Christmas market.
it's a better conversation.
Both
to be
as
fair.
joyous as the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but live on Friday night on the television.
Ooh, television.
How many times he's been on there? I
More
feel
than
like
Hibs.
you're just on the
More-
TV all
Mate,
the time.
we're the prize fighter, shall we say?
All right.
Just with no
And you've won how many games that have been on TV?
1 out of the 2. So
Oh, right. Okay. 50%.
how many did you had in the league this season?
Well, I think you'll find we'll have one on the 27th of December.
Let me guess, is it
Congratulations.
Celtic or Rangers?
No, it's Hearts.
Oh, they've actually chosen
Easter
to,
Road Derby.
they've
Yeah.
chosen to put
Right
it on
enough.
there.
Quarter to
Right
8
enough.
o'clock,
That
something
actually
like
slipped my mind.
Yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
probably get beat.
I'm sick of playing Raith Rovers, to be honest. When the Scottish Cup draw came out, we all know my reaction. It was literally the Saturday after they beat us 1-0 in the last minute.
You're shaking. Scared.
Yeah, terrified. Yeah, so
Like a leaf.
obviously it's a Friday night under the lights at East End Park, so it
Famous.
should be a good one. Hopefully it's a
Couldn't
good...
think of anywhere worse to spend a Friday night, by the way. Oh, Friday night in Fife. Irresistible.
I'm in Tesco Express, so I'd say
As
that's
am I, I'm starting today.
Not as great.
Notice Stephen will be on his break at 7:45 and watch the first
I might-
15 minutes
on
his-
well, maybe.
on his 15-minute break.
Well, that's in the middle of my shift, so
Is it
that
not a
does make
longer
sense.
break than 15 minutes?
Half an hour.
I've been told it's like an hour.
It depends how long
can,
you
like,
work.
you can have an hour, and then if you want to take half an hour and then have your half hour's paid work instead.
What work are you?
It depends.
Where do you work? Can I get
If you
20 minutes?
if you work
max?
for 4 or 5 hours, you get 15 minutes. 6, 7, half an hour. 8 hours, an hour. 9 hours, an hour and a half. And then, but if you're on a 9-hour shift, it's normally shift leaders, and they don't get to take a whole hour and a half. But it's not paid.
It's a joke.
But it's not paid. I bet yours is paid. It is.
Yeah.
To be
Exactly.
fair, my other job, this was a wee side hustle, shall we say, because I'm scant. But my proper job, shall
I've
we
got
say,
nothing left.
I'm not going to lose my job. I thought I was going to, but I'm not anymore. But my proper job, shall we say, my break is paid
Yeah.
for a start, and you also get a free fry up. It's brilliant. I don't know why the chef probably hates me because I order like about a mountain of food. But for a wee guy, I kind of half heck, so
We're fairly like moving between subjects here, aren't we?
My mic's cut out there. Yeah, we're fairly moving on from the Fife derby.
We're over it.
as-
We've talked about it too many
Hopefully
times.
we'll do the same next week. Well, if we got a bad result, hopefully we'll do the same next week. But
Yeah.
Logan back.
good result. I
If
will
you
not
lose
hear the
that
end of
game,
it.
I will drag you kicking and screaming into this studio.
Yeah, because he's a Raith Rovers fan as well, by the way.
Are you?
I am not.
Yeah, I've seen him singing Raith Rovers songs
Wow.
in class.
I've seen him singing like songs from every team, to be
Yeah,
fair.
even Hibs as well. I've heard.
Right,
Yeah,
well,
no,
well, there's a
is
line
that-
and
is
you've
that
crossed
your,
it.
your local team, innit, Aaron?
By 0.2 miles, yes.
Yeah, so no shame.
Listen, the way I see it, right, my father's a Hearts supporter. I never used to like football when I was younger. Say that carried on into my adolescence. If I was to support my local team from a Hearts supporting family, I would be
Blah,
told
blah, blah,
no.
blah, blah.
So I would have been Edinburgh City full time.
Commiserations. I mean, I don't know which is worse.
I'd probably say being a Hibs fan.
It's all right.
I'll disagree on that. Speaking of Hearts, big story this weekend. The main talking point in the cinch this Saturday is the return of a certain someone to Tynecastle. Not really been seen in a proper public football capacity since he was sacked with Hearts floundering near the bottom of the Premiership table. But this weekend, Craig Levein returns to Tynecastle in the dugout for St Johnstone. That's a sentence that I never thought I'd say in my life, but the Specky man is back, and I'm very intrigued to
He's
see.
already there.
You're not funny.
I thought you were going to talk about Ryan McGowan there.
Ryan McGowan's got
Ryan
glasses.
McGowan?
I know, but you were Hearts man that come back to Tynecastle.
Okay.
So I was going to say Ryan McGowan, but then you spoke about Specky man, and he's not Specky. So.
Maybe he is. Who knows? Maybe it was contacts.
Yeah, it should be. Craig Levein will be looking to spoil the
Yeah.
party at Tynecastle.
What party?
I think
don't know
we're
what
at the
party.
point where like Hibs fans and Hearts fans probably dislike Craig Levein to the same extent after his last spell at Hearts. I mean, I thought I was going to have to was going to get away with not listening to him on Sports Sound after the Scotland games now, but he's managed to still keep that. So that was great listening on the way home.
Yeah, he'll be looking to pick up 3 points. He obviously got off to a good start so far at St Johnstone, and Tynecastle was always a tough place to go for any side. So even Hibs. So
what do you mean, even Hibs?
just he's got a horrendous record.
We've not lost this season at Tynecastle.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Do you want a medal?
Yeah, okay, please.
Well, money by winning this season anyway.
That's true. Very true.
You've still got the Scottish Cup.
Yeah.
Which will get put out by Hearts. Which
yeah,
you'll inevitably draw Hearts.
We'll get put out by them.
It'll be the standard 3-0
Blah,
defeat.
blah, blah, yeah. And then Hearts will get beat. I mean, they're not going to win a trophy, are they? So they'll get put out at some point. Funnily enough, how long is it since you've won the League Cup now?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. About 3 generations.
My club's never won the League Cup, so...
I bet you support a tiny little team,
Whoa,
Logan.
whoa. Stephen supports them as well, mate. Come on.
I know, Hibs are really small.
Oh.
Wow.
You're just giving me ammunition, boys. Come on.
Yeah. Stop.
Make me.
Oh.
Scotland rounded off their Stephen. What are you up to today, man?
Somebody made a noise and I laughed. Right, go on.
Scotland rounded off their qualification campaign with a thrilling 3-3 draw with... Stephen, I'm going to slap you.
He just started going cross-eyed looking at the microphone.
As if it looks like anyway.
Sorry.
For the third time, Scotland ended off their qualification campaign with a 3-3 draw with Norway at Hampden Park. Gents, obviously the best qualification campaign we've ever seen in our lifetime, certainly in our time following Scotland, but do you think we could have done better in the game? It was disappointing there was a late goal, but it was just party time at Hampden. Nobody really actually cared about the result that much.
It was the most uneventful 3-3 game I've ever seen.
It
just wasn't
so
enjoyable
passive.
because I think the fact we conceded so early just killed the atmosphere. I think it was already weird because we're not used to being in that position of like nothing was riding on that, so everybody was kind of didn't really know how to react to the game. And then
you see like so many games at Hampden and it's down to the wire and we're all buzzing for it, but it was just flat.
Yeah, I think it was just the case of, and then the fact we went 1-0 down, everyone was like, well, we've qualified, so it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
what's the point here? We're just sitting there. And then you thought, oh, you might get pot 2 if we got a 4th goal, but I think we're all a bit happy that we're not pot
I was going to say,
2.
like, is it actually beneficial for us to have not got 3 points there, though?
It would have been nice to say, and a good way to finish, because obviously we've not won in the last 4, I think, now. But we did play England, France, Spain, Georgia, 5, and Norway. So,
And that Spain game was just, we can scrub that because it was just so
it was
corrupt, it's
just,
unreal.
I think it was a bit silly, to be honest. Kind of killed our momentum. You picked 3 of the biggest footballing nations in the world to play.
It's a barometer to
you
test
didn't
where
pick
we're
Spain.
at. Like, whether you like it or not, we're going to have to play teams of that calibre when we're at the Euros next year. So it's friendlies. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't care one bit. I mean, obviously it was nice to see Billy Gilmore score and take the lead away in France, but I genuinely just wasn't bothered. Like, it was a friendly.
No, totally. I know, but I more mean for the morale in the team when you're riding so high and almost at the point where they're unbeatable, they can go up against anybody, and then just to lose them games, and then we qualified, but we didn't qualify like for our own game. It was in the Norway-Spain game, to then come into this camp and draw both of them. I think maybe the morale did take a bit of a dent, but hopefully we can get a few friendlies in before the tournament that are, let's say, not the top teams that are going to be there.
Someone that's taken a wee bit of criticism in the last 2 games is Aaron's clubman, Xander Clark. Aaron, what's your thoughts on Mr. Xander?
He's not good enough to be Scotland's first choice
No.
goalkeeper. When Gordon's back, he's not good to be our first choice goalkeeper either. But I like Xander. He's been a decent backup, but we need to be looking at it better. I mean, he's had some good games. I'm not going to deny that, but I just think that his stock's kind of fallen a bit after the amount of goals he's let in. I mean, I know he's been playing international football. It's harder. I get that, but letting in some of the goals he let in were a bit questionable.
Yeah, especially that third one. It was just key decision making that let him down completely. I think he's just not at that. He's just not at that level. And it's like you just have to be honest and say there are players there that won't hack it at the Euros level.
Yeah, I think the second goal in the Georgia game as well, it was arguably should have done better.
I think in generally, I think it doesn't instill confidence in anybody when you've got a goalie that you don't completely back. I think Gunn came in and started well. The fact we were winning games, you didn't even really think about it, to be honest. You were just like, right, that's that ticked off. Don't need to worry about it. But now you had Clark in or Kelly in against them. By the way, I was confused why Kelly didn't play the second game.
Because Liam Kelly is not very good at football.
But
Neither
I
Xander
don't
Clark,
think Xander Clark did anything in that Georgia game to for him to deserve to get that Norway game.
I just don't think Liam Kelly's up to that standard at all. I know Xander Clark's not been great, but Xander Clark's better than Liam Kelly. Therefore, he should start. It was the best goalkeeper we had available at the time. Therefore, he should have started. Another thing, why was Shanklin dropped?
He wasn't dropped.
Yes, he was.
No, he
Didn't
wasn't.
start.
He didn't start, mate.
He wasn't even in Clark's
I do
initial
agree. I do
squad.
agree with the point he's making.
Yeah, but he wasn't even in Clark's initial squad, so there's obviously a
Jacob
reason.
Brown, right? That's the first Jacob Brown performance I can recall for Scotland because I watched that. I was at Hampden. What does he do?
It was very underwhelming, but I think it was just a game of chucking players out and trying
Yeah, but
it.
Shanklin came off the bench for barely any time at all, scored a last-minute equaliser, and you're still starting Jacob Brown, who is just there.
Yeah, but Shanklin scores that one goal and everybody acts like the world's now at his feet. Like he's this amazing player that we all believe that Shanklin needs to be playing.
Shanklin had scored, I think, about 6 goals in 6 games.
If he hadn't scored late on in that Georgia game, there would be nowhere near as many people claiming that he should be starting.
Okay, Stephen, but he did. He did.
Okay, he did.
The point I'm making is he did, therefore he merited a start. He's the most natural goal scorer in that squad. Why is he not starting?
That's probably true. I don't know. I'm not Steve Clark.
Thank Christ you're not.
I mean, I can't say I'm surprised that he didn't play. I thought he would have came on for longer. I thought he would have came on 60 minutes. Jacob Brown very clearly wasn't cutting it at half time. I thought Dykes would have came on then and then Shanklin done later, but it was a bit weird that he gave him 3 minutes or something like that.
If the Euros was just around the corner,
he's got
in a month's time, you're taking what, 3-4 strikers? Who are you taking?
Is Christie a striker?
No.
No.
I don't think we take 4 then. I think we take 3 and Christie.
So but what, 3? Just the 3 that were in the squad
Dykes,
there.
Adams, Shanklin.
Yes.
So not even anybody.
I'm gonna double down, not back down here. I still don't think that Shanklin should necessarily be starting or just get chucked in starting. I don't agree that Jacob Brown should be starting.
That if you asked me most games, who do you want to start up top? I'd say Adams and Dykes.
Yeah.
Because it has worked well for us. I will admit that. But if one of them's not cutting it, get Shanklin on and give him enough time to actually do something.
I
Don't
agree.
just chuck him on for 5 minutes.
I think you should always bring Shanklin because, as you said, he probably is the most natural goal scorer in the squad to chuck on for the last 20 minutes of a game if you're needing a goal. So that I think his place should be pretty safe. But again, the fact that he didn't get called up initially to this squad would suggest that Clark maybe wouldn't. I mean, but that performance from Jacob Brown's probably going to be his last that he has for Scotland.
Hope so.
Hypothetically, Jacob Brown doesn't score a Premier League goal, and a certain Millwall striker scores
Kevin Nisbet's not going.
10 to 15 goals in the Championship.
No chance to take Kevin Nisbet.
So do you think they wouldn't take Shanklin's going, and it's going to be Dykes and Adams, so there's 3. They wouldn't take a 4th. If they've got Christie who plays up front, they wouldn't take a 4th.
More like a second striker, I'd say.
Yeah.
Christie is.
But we only get 23 players rather than the 26 that we got in the last Euros. So
Even just with the midfielders as well.
And to be fair, when we last qualified, Lee Griffiths and Callum Patterson were in the squad.
yeah, exactly.
Like, the caliber has kind of. I love Callum Patterson, but the caliber's kind of upped since then.
I think players you've got to think about
Ben Doak.
Ben Doak. I think it's very debatable because right now he doesn't get in the team. I don't see why he should. But say he got loaned out in January or started playing more for Liverpool and he was doing well, I think he should be put in the squad. But the thing is, who do you take out? Because Steve Clarke showed that he was willing to give a 4 at the back a chance and drop his 5 at the back, play with the wingers. But we don't have any. We don't have wingers. That's why it didn't work. If you get wingers into the team, if you can somehow get Harvey Barnes to play for Scotland.
It's an equaliser. Happy Barnes.
Obviously there's talk about Anthony Gordon, but can't see that
no
ever
chance.
happening.
No chance.
He just won. Was it the 21's World Cup or something that he won? He got player of the tournament.
Yeah, he ain't got Scotland.
Exactly.
I'd love it, but he ain't.
No, but I think wingers is a position that we should look at, especially if we've not got strikers that are brilliant. Should you say?
I can't lie. Starting Stuart Armstrong and Kenny McLean out wide on.
I don't
Sunday
mind
night.
Armstrong, but Kenny McLean. I mean,
I thought Armstrong up to the goal wasn't he great. I knew he was going to get subbed off anyway
Yeah.
because
I think the subs were predictable. I think everybody that came off.
I didn't think Ryan Jack would come on. To be
No,
fair.
I mean, as in, see when he made, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 subs, and probably like 68th minute, something around that. Dykes came on, Christie came on, and who else was it? Ferguson. I think they were ones you could see happening. I'm surprised that.
I'd have rather saw Ferguson come on at half time.
Yeah, I think he probably should have made the changes quicker, but
I'd
I
rather
think he
see
wanted
Ferguson
to
start.
see. Huh?
I'd rather see Ferguson start
Over who?
Kenny McLean.
McLean, yeah.
Yeah, I
get
get your point.
You can get a massive fan of Lewis
really
Ferguson
just
after the tweet.
depends. It really just depends how he wants to play. Because right now, our best players all play the same position. If you take out Tierney and Robertson, they weren't in the squad.
Greg Taylor wasn't great either. I
No,
don't think.
and honestly, I was sitting there going,
Oscar Bob was tearing him in.
why?
No one.
I don't know if it's bias. I need to take my green tinted specs off, but why did Josh Doig not play? I didn't really get it. I thought Greg Taylor wasn't very good against Georgia. Doig's there. This is probably the only chance he's ever going to get to start for Scotland, because unless Robertson, Tierney, Hickey are all out again, it's never going to happen.
To be fair, I thought he would have at least got on as
I
a
would
sub.
have liked to have
Why
seen
did he not
Doig
come
play a
on?
bit. I'd like to have seen him.
You could see it from a mile away that Taylor was getting ripped to shreds. That was where they were getting at us
They
all
were
the
just
time.
overlapping.
They do it for Scotland and they do it against Celtic. They always go at Taylor because they know he's potentially a weakness.
Greg Taylor was a good player in that Ange team because he was a cog in the system.
Yeah.
But individually, Greg Taylor's not good enough, and I do not know why. But I know exactly why, because they're, Kelly friends.
Yeah.
But I don't think he should have persisted with Greg Taylor.
No. But the only reason Greg Taylor won't get as much backlash is because how dare you talk about one of the Celtic players in the Scotland team doing something wrong.
The Scottish Cup begins on Friday, November 24th. Fife Derby, we already talked about, but an interesting fixture here. Clyde host Genefield Swifts at the ZLX Stadium. Clyde, obviously, right now, looking very likely to be Club 42 and going out of the SPFL altogether, because I will not lie, any team from that league below who gets Clyde in a game to go up, I reckon rips them apart. They're just not a good football team.
Even if Ian McCall in charge. I know they're going to beat 4-0 on Saturday, but experienced manager, experienced in some of the higher divisions in Scotland.
I don't know why I get him on fraud watch already.
I don't think he'd done that bad at Partick Thistle.
No, I think he was good at Thistle, but I mean, in terms of his Clyde appointment, I think Ian McCall going to Clyde is like trying to Titanic with a bucket of water. It's just not going to happen.
Well, I think they were going to make an ambitious appointment in Mick Kennedy. Obviously, East Kilbride manager. But as I mentioned before off the podcast, about why would he want to leave a club like East Kilbride, who are kind of on the up, to go to a club like Clyde, who are nearly on their way down? And he's doing a brilliant job at East Kilbride so far. Got them top of the Lowland League and fighting for promotion, and arguably probably a bigger budget than Clyde as well, I would imagine. Clyde apparently have a new financial backer, I'm led to believe as well, but Genefield Swifts would be a tough game, though. They obviously hammered Elgin City in the previous round, and they're near the top of the East of Scotland League as well. I think they're currently sitting second with a few games in hand, so yeah, it'll be definitely a tough game for Clyde. The home advantage maybe gives them a wee bit to work on, but Genefield Swifts will certainly be a tough game.
Just seen there that Al Nassr and Inter Miami will face each other in a February 2024 friendly. So Messi against Ronaldo one last time. I mean,
That last time game was meant to be. Oh, we'll never see him on the same pitch again.
Yeah.
It's like the
That's
Rock
true.
John Cena from like
Yeah, effectively.
2012. Once in a lifetime.
Aye,
Yeah.
once in a lifetime until they got another big payday.
Mm-hmm.
Will I still tune in to watch it? A time zone permitting.
It's
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia, so it will be a reasonable time here.
Oh, happy days. Did they not stream it on YouTube last time?
Probably.
I mean,
Probably.
legally, I mean. Just looking through the rest of the Scottish Cup fixtures. Dunbar United, local team. Oh, local.
Mate, he's speaking.
Oh, sorry.
You
was
don't
that-
know, ain't you?
I thought you were talking. I
No,
thought you
like-
were saying you were looking at.
Oh. I give up.
Keep going.
Dunbar United are taking on Alloa Athletic. Also some more local action. Well, local-ish, if you're Randy Mick. Broxburn Athletic host Buckie Thistle. And as for the other Edinburgh team, they are away to Montrose. The worst possible draw I think you could have got. Same league, away from home.
Coldest place in Scotland.
They've put 10 goals past us in the last 2 games we've played them. It's not looking good, bruv. Also, another Edinburgh team, of course, Spartans hosting Arbroath. That could be a decent tie, actually. Spartans obviously got a bit of a record of giant killing in the cup competitions, having put Dundee United to the sword at Ainsley Park. Can you see Spartans claiming another shock?
Arbroath are a funny one at the moment. They obviously got hammered off the New Saints on Saturday in the Challenge Cup quarter final. What is it?
Yeah, quarter-final.
Quarter final. So yeah, they're a bit of a tricky one at the moment. You know, they can go and lose 4 games, and then for some reason Dick Campbell can just revolutionise the team and then go and win 5 on the bounce, and they're back up in the playoffs in the league. But yeah, Spartans will be a difficult one. They're obviously doing decent in League 2, and they'll have the home advantage as well. So yeah, it'll certainly not be an easy tie for Arbroath. Another tie that stuck out for me as well was Peterhead versus Ayr. Peterhead obviously joint top of League 2 at the moment. Ayr sitting in mid-table in the Championship. A chance for maybe an upset up there. Long journey for the Ayr players and fans as well. So Peterhead will be going into that one reasonably confident, thinking they can maybe get a result.
I just can't see past a heavy defeat for Peterhead. Ayr United should be looking to beat them, and I just don't see them losing, to be honest with you. Another interesting tie is in Glasgow, funnily enough. Partick Thistle host Queen's Park at Firhill. I mean, they played fairly recently at Hampden, but I can see Thistle just edging this with a home advantage.
Yeah, it's an all-championship tie. I hate these all-championship ties or all League One ties where it's kind of just you want like a decent tie at home or away. Same with Dunfermline. We've obviously got, as we mentioned before, Raith Rovers, and you're kind of sick of playing the same teams. You kind of want a different team to play or a good away game to go to. But yeah, I think it'll be a difficult one for both sides. But I think Partick Thistle will just edge that. Queen's Park not convincing enough for me at the moment. And yeah, they'll struggle to probably get a result at Firhill, but you never know in the Scottish Cup.
I think it's quiz time, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Just give me 1 second to figure out
My
the last question.
Favourite
Okay.
time of the week. I'm still raging about the last 2 quizzes, I'll be honest. I should have killed them off ages beforehand, and I've let Stephen get right back into it. What are the current scores, actually? I'm losing track.
It's 1-1 between you both because
Yeah,
last
it's a
week was a
draw.
draw. Obviously with Stephen's second equaliser with the Walter Smith answer.
Honestly, I don't know where these are coming from. They just like somehow get into my head the last second.
I blame Dunfermline Athletic Football Club, personally.
I always do.
How many is it?
How mental is it that we hit the post 8 times
You've mentioned. It's,
Eight
it's
times?
definitely not
and we didn't
bothering
win
you.
the game? 8.
Listen,
But you
Logan.
didn't score 8 goals.
Listen, Logan. They were not shots on
That
target.
happens to no other
Yeah,
club.
they're off target exactly. Darren
That
says.
happens to no other football club apart from the
What? The players aren't good enough to score.
No. That's just so unlucky.
It's not unlucky.
It is.
It gets to a point where it's not unlucky because it's like they're
You're doing
aiming
it
to hit the
that
post.
much.
Yeah, it's like if you hit like 3 or 4 times, you're like, oh, what is actually happening here? You hit it that many times. Like,
You're just trying to bait me in, lads. You're just trying to bait
we just
me
won
in.
the quiz.
Right. So, there is 4 questions, but if it is a draw, there is a tiebreaker question that is involved with the last question.
Oh dear. Right.
Is there
Put me in
any?
misery.
Is this all lower league questions again?
Unfortunately, Stephen,
Oh my god! What is the point?
it is no,
Oh my god!
no. The first two are just normal quiz questions.
You get the first two, and then I don't know the lower league ones.
The other two are Scottish Cup themed.
Great.
So, first question. Aaron, get your notes out, mate.
Right
Oh.
enough.
Where do Cove Rangers play?
Cove, mate.
Stephen confidently writing down an answer. Not. He's not wrote a single letter on his phone.
I don't have a clue. So it's not even like I could guess.
I do have a
Wait,
clue.
was this one of the ones that I'm supposed to get?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah, aye.
Do you not following the 42 on TikTok?
No.
Disgraceful.
Second question. Who is the new manager of Alloa Athletic?
I literally saw him
I
like a
get it.
couple of
Is this
days
a lower
ago.
league one?
What?
Is this a lower league one?
Oh, it's Alloa Athletic.
But I
so-
know, but it might be one that you're like, oh, I should be getting that.
You should. If you look at Twitter, you should.
To be
Sorry,
fair,
sorry,
it is
X.
It's been all over social media.
All over Alloa Athletic social media. Do you follow Alloa Athletic on Twitter, Steve?
Oh, I must have unfollowed them at some point.
I follow for Pine Row content
Felt-
only.
Question. Who is the lowest ranked team still in the Scottish Cup?
Ooh, good question actually.
I'm going for a clean slate of 0 here.
You probably get the last one. It might be too little too late.
Oh, but Aaron's like 4-0 up.
Just like that's Easter Road.
I think both of you will get the last one.
May as well reveal the answers. I don't have a clue.
You ready for the last question?
Yep.
Mhm.
In the last Fife derby in the Scottish Cup, what was the score?
Oh, I know this one, right? I think.
I think I know as
Starks Park,
well.
was it Starks Park? I think I was there.
No comment.
Oh.
I'm just going to say 2 words, Lewis Vaughan.
Louis. Notice I said that 3 times. Logan.
Yeah, no, I can't remember if you scoring that. Though. That's what's put me off.
First question. These are the answers. Where do Cove Rangers play Stephen?
Wait, what? Was
What?
that? But that was 4 questions.
I said there was 4, but if there was a draw, we did the
Oh,
fifth
that's
question.
rubbish.
There'll be
Shit.
no need
Go
for
on.
that tiebreaker, lads. Do not worry.
So
Now, the tiebreaker was right. Okay.
I should get that as a free question, to be honest.
So, first question: where do Cove Rangers play? Stephen,
I don't. Aaron,
Balmoral Stadium.
1-0 Aaron.
I know where the Queen used to stay.
Get out of my podcast studio.
Is it not? I swear.
Stephen, who manages Alloa Athletic, mate?
Aaron Fraser.
Andy Graham.
It's 2-0 Aaron.
As not as if I didn't expect it.
And it's Aaron Fraser pulling away from the pack of deadbeat loser.
Do you know what, right? If he doesn't get the next 2 questions and you're 2-1, I'll give you another chance to equalise. Alright?
Rigged, I tell you.
How about you just make the quiz better and stop having to?
How about you
give
just do your research?
Stop having to give me these questions. When
He's got ball knowledge.
You've actually not asked a single question that involves the top league of Scotland.
Yeah. He's
You're
got,
asking
yeah,
lower league
and
questions.
he's got everyone right, mate.
But so you're literally going, Aaron knows them all, so I'm going to ask him the questions.
Simply do better.
No, that's not fair.
You beat him. No, you beat him once.
Sheer dumb luck.
With emphasis on dumb.
In the last... Oh, no, it's too soon. Who is the lowest ranked team still in the Scottish Cup?
I want to hear Aaron's guess. before-
Ginfield.
Is it them?
What's your answer?
I'm not. Is it them?
What have you wrote down, Stephen?
I don't know how to say their name.
What?
How do you know?
They're from For Martin.
For Martin.
Yeah, them. That's what I put.
No.
No. Or yeah, no.
Cumnock Juniors.
Oh, no them.
But Aaron knows the score for the Dunfermline game. He literally said he's the lowest Vaughan 3 times.
I still don't know if they scored or
Yeah,
not. That's
neither did I.
the
That's
only-
what
Aaron,
threw me.
What was the score?
Raithrow was 3 Dunfermline Athletic 1.
Stephen, what was the score?
Oh, I put like 5 now.
You put 5-0.
Yeah. I thought they scored like
Well,
5.
you're both wrong.
What was it?
It was Raith Rovers 3, Dunfermline 0.
Ah, 3. I thought they scored 5.
Vaughan scored all 3.
Yeah, I knew he scored a hat
The
trick.
tiebreaker question was going to be, who scored the 3 goals?
Well, Aaron said Lewis Vaughan 3
Louis Vaughan.
times.
So that's
Louis
out the
Vaughan.
window.
I knew he scored a hat trick.
By
I just
the
couldn't
way,
remember.
Unfortunately for you, Stephen, Aaron has taken this week's quiz.
Can we get a reshuffle on the quiz next week?
I didn't shaft him this week, so it's about the first week I've not shafted
You
him.
shouldn't have to shaft him. Just ask more general questions.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
On that note, stop with this.
Save them all for the end.
Right, I promise next week it will be an all Premiership quiz.
Thanks. Aaron, again, will still probably know the answers, so it's not even like...
And if you lose,
it just means I can get... No,
there's no
no.
excuse.
No, there's no excuse. That's fair enough. But Aaron should also know the answers of his top division. I'm just going to get my notebook
Stephen,
out and go...
Apart from us,
I'm going to get my
Levein.
notebook out and go
Stephen,
like, top goal
Stephen.
scorer.
You're acting like your club also don't play in the Premier League.
No, what I'm saying, I should know the answers, but it's
To be fair,
different because you should know the answers to them.
You've got a club in the first tier and the second tier anyway, so.
Funny.
And on that note, thank you very much for listening in to another episode of Across the Fourth. We'll hear from you very soon, but until then, take care and bye for now.
Thanks.
Cheers.